Welcome. The worst human invention ever made is a topic that evokes strong emotions and opinions. From landmines to chemical toxins and from algorithmic social media to single-use plastic, the list of candidates is long and varied. In this video, edited by our youngest, we will explore all these topics and more. Landmines. One of the most shocking and devastating human inventions ever made is landmines. Landmines are explosive devices that are buried underground and designed to detonate when triggered by the pressure of a person or vehicle passing over them. These indiscriminate weapons have been used in conflicts all over the world and continue to pose a threat to civilians long after the fighting has ended. They kill and maim thousands of people every year, many of whom are children who are attracted to the colorful and often toy-like appearance of these deadly devices. Landmines also have a significant impact on communities, as they prevent people from using their land for farming, grazing, or other activities, and they often force families to flee their homes. Chemical toxins, such as those found in pesticides, have also caused severe health problems for people around the world. These toxins have been linked to a wide range of illnesses, including cancer, neurological disorders, and reproductive problems. Many of these toxins have been banned, but they continue to persist in the environment and in the bodies of people who were exposed to them in the past. One invention that may not be considered as severe as landmines or chemical toxins, but it has caused frustration and anger among many people as HP printers. These machines are known to be unreliable and difficult to use, and they often require expensive repairs or replacement parts. They are often considered a fucking piece of shit by many users. Another invention that has had a significant impact on society is algorithmic social media. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others use algorithms to show users more content that aligns with their interests. While this may seem like a good idea at first glance, it has led to the creation of echo chambers and increased polarization of views. People are exposed to a narrow range of perspectives and are less likely to engage with those who hold opposing views. This has contributed to the dehumanization of those who hold opposing views and has eroded civil discourse. Leaded gasoline is another invention that has had a significant impact on society. It was invented by Thomas Midgley Jr. in the 1920s as a means to increase the octane rating of gasoline and reduce engine knocking. However, the lead it contained was highly toxic and caused severe health problems for those exposed to it. The fumes from leaded gasoline were inhaled by millions of people, leading to increased rates of neurological damage, developmental disorders, and even death. This invention poisoned billions and left multiple generations more violent and less intelligent. Another highly controversial invention is the for-profit prison system. This system incentivizes the imprisonment of individuals and has been criticized for disproportionately affecting marginalized communities and perpetuating systemic injustices. The focus on profits over rehabilitation has led to overcrowded and inhumane conditions in many prisons, and it has also led to the mass incarceration of people of color. Other inventions that have been put forth as contenders for the title of worst human invention include single-ply toilet paper, plastic childproof packaging, and single-use plastic. All of these inventions have had a detrimental effect on the environment and have led to long-term physical and chemical impacts. The single-use plastic particles have been found in every corner of the earth and ocean, as well as in human and animal embryos. Most of these break down into toxic compounds and will have long-term physical and chemical impacts. Styrofoam is another abominable invention, especially for things like takeout food that's destined for the trash within minutes of use. One of the most inhumane invention is lobotomy, a surgical procedure in which the connections between the prefrontal cortex and the rest of the brain are severed. This procedure was used to treat a variety of mental illnesses, including schizophrenia and depression, but it resulted in severe neurological damage and often left patients in a permanent vegetative state. The worst part is that the man who developed this procedure, Walter Freeman, even received a Nobel Prize for his work, despite the devastating consequences it had on patients and their families. Chemical warfare is another invention that has had a devastating impact on humanity. The use of chemical weapons, such as mustard gas and napalm, in World War I and II resulted in the death and injury of thousands of soldiers and civilians. The survivors of chemical attacks often suffer from lifelong physical and psychological trauma, and the use of these weapons has been banned by international treaties. Nonetheless, the horrors of chemical warfare are still fresh in the minds of those who witnessed it, and the trauma it causes is undeniable. Social media. Another invention that has had a negative impact on society is social media itself. Social media has made it easy for people to connect with others and share information, but it has also led to the rise of misinformation and hate speech. The anonymity and lack of accountability on social media has allowed for the spread of false information and has contributed to the erosion of civil discourse. Additionally, people have lost their social skills since the rise of social media, leading to a lack of real communication and a rise in cyberbullying. Next, unskippable ads and subscription services to features that are already built into vehicles are also among the worst human inventions ever made. Unskippable ads, especially in streaming services, make it impossible to watch a movie or show without being interrupted. And subscription services to anything in a vehicle that is already built into it is a way to get more money out of customers, despite just spending a lot of money on the car and the equipment was installed at the factory. Also, one of the most dangerous and harmful inventions is cigarettes. They have been responsible for the deaths of millions of people and have caused a wide range of health problems, including cancer, heart disease, and lung disease. The tobacco industry has been heavily criticized for its marketing practices, which have targeted children and young people, and for its efforts to downplay the health risks associated with smoking. Another invention that has been widely criticized is child beauty pageant events. These events objectify and sexualize young children, and they have been linked to a wide range of negative outcomes, including low self-esteem, eating disorders, and sexualization at a young age. Bioweapons, like chemical warfare, are another human invention that has caused immense harm. Bioweapons are biological agents that are used as weapons of war and are capable of causing widespread illness or death. The use of bioweapons is banned by international treaties, but the fear of their use continues to be a concern for many nations. In conclusion, the worst human invention ever made is a matter of perspective and opinion. But whether it is leaded gasoline, chemical warfare, algorithmic social media, for-profit prisons, cigarettes, or child beauty pageant events, one thing is certain: the negative impacts of these inventions have been felt by millions of people and have had far-reaching consequences for society. These inventions have caused harm to both individuals and society as a whole, and it's important that we recognize the detrimental effects they have had and work to prevent them from happening again in the future.